There's an eye in the middle of your head, right now, as you watch this. But you can't see with it, because it closed millions of years ago. Millions of years have passed, and humanity has forgotten it ever existed. But the ancient world never lost sight of this hidden power. In India, they marked it with the bindi, a dot on the forehead, placed right where the third eye sits, marking the gateway to higher vision. In Egypt, the Eye of Horus was not just a symbol, it was an anatomical diagram. The shape matches the human pineal gland with startling perfection. Every great tradition knew. Tibet called it the wisdom eye. Taoism, the upper dantian. The seat of a vision that sees far beyond the physical world. In 1888, Helena Blavatsky wrote The Secret Doctrine and revealed something shocking. The third eye was once a real, physical organ. She described the Lemurians, giants who lived 4 million years ago. They had 3 eyes, 2 for matter and 1 for pure energy. And it worked. We've explored Lemuria and Atlantis in fragments before, but now we go deep. This is our complete exploration of the eye that connects worlds. The answer might surprise you. The third eye never truly disappeared. It's still there, inside your skull. The small, pine cone-shaped pineal gland. According to mystics and thousands of years of practice, this gland can be reactivated. The hidden eye can be opened once again, not as a physical eye on your skin, but as an inner eye, perceiving truths and energies that your physical eyes could never hope to see. This video is different. We will cover Blavatsky's history, yes, but we will also dive into the hard science of modern research. Then, we go practical. How do you activate it? What actually works? We separate the fantasy from the reality of spiritual awakening. From 18-meter giants to you, right now, with a calcified gland wondering if this is possible. I tell you, it is more than possible. 10 chapters to bridge the gap between ancient Lemuria and your life today. By the end of this journey, you will know exactly how to begin. The hidden eye is ready to awaken. The question is, are you? Let the journey begin. 4 million years ago, the third root race, the Lemurians, roamed a giant continent in the Pacific. They possessed a gift we have since lost, a functional, physical third eye. This eye was real. It had a lens, a retina, and optic nerves connecting directly to the brain, positioned on the surface of the forehead to perceive the invisible. It saw the etheric plane, the energy dimension. The Lemurians didn't just see matter. They saw the energetic blueprint, the auras, and the thought forms floating in space. Communication was instant and wordless. When thoughts are visible as colored forms in the air, you cannot lie. You cannot hide your intentions. Everything was transparent. They also had precognition. The third eye perceived events forming in the etheric plane before they manifested physically, illuminating the path forward. But evolution shifted. The third root race was the densest point of human descent. As we turned our full attention to building and surviving in the physical world, the eye began to atrophy. When you stop looking at the energy dimension, your ability to see it fades. The Lemurians focused on matter, and their third eye began to close. By the time of Atlantis, the eye had withdrawn into the skull. It migrated inward, becoming smaller and less functional, eventually turning into the pineal gland. The Atlanteans became mental and technological. They built great civilizations with advanced machines, but they lost the spiritual vision of their ancestors. A battle of paths emerged. White sorcerers taught the old ways of meditation to keep the eye active, but the majority followed the black sorcerers, who prioritized outer tools over inner vision. And so, for most of humanity, the third eye closed completely. The inner vision was replaced by the complexity of the material world. When Atlantis fell, survivors carried fragments of this forbidden knowledge to the corners of the earth, to Egypt, Tibet, and the Americas. In these places, secret schools preserved the truth, encoded in symbols hidden in plain sight. The Eye of Horus and the pine cone are your constant reminders. The knowledge survived. You have a third eye. You simply forgot. But through discipline and practice, you can begin to remember. The journey from Lemuria to today is the journey of your own soul. Let's get scientific. What exactly is the pineal gland? It's a small endocrine gland located near the center of the brain, the geometric center of your skull. Descartes called it the seat of the soul in the 1600s. He believed this unpaired structure was where the physical body and the soul interact. The gland is tiny, about 8 millimeters long, and shaped like a pine cone. It weighs barely 1/10 of a gram, but its importance is vast. It produces melatonin, the hormone that regulates your circadian rhythm. When darkness falls, production increases, signaling your body to sleep. Intriguingly, the pineal gland has photoreceptor cells, the same kind found in your eyes. Why would a gland buried in bone need to detect light? The official explanation is light regulation. But there's another possibility, that the pineal gland used to be a fully functional third eye. In some animals, it still is an eye. The tuatara reptile has a parietal eye on its head, a functioning third eye. This isn't fantasy, it's biology. The pineal gland sits outside the blood-brain barrier, receiving every chemical and signal in your bloodstream immediately. This makes it uniquely sensitive, but this sensitivity makes it vulnerable to toxins and calcification. We will explore how fluoride and modern life affect this spiritual gateway later. Modern research by Dr. Strassman suggests the pineal gland might produce DMT, a powerful psychedelic known as the spirit molecule. During birth, death, or deep meditation, the gland may release DMT, causing profound alterations in consciousness and out-of-body experiences. While not definitively proven in humans, researchers confirmed natural DMT in the pineal glands of living rats in 2013. We share similar brain chemistry. If true, your pineal gland is more than a hormone factory. It's a spiritual organ, a portal between the physical and non-physical realms. This is the biological basis for mystical experience. Blavatsky was right. The third eye is the gateway we have carried with us all along. But how do we protect and activate this sacred portal? Here's the problem. Your pineal gland is turning to stone right now. For most people, this vital organ is already heavily calcified. Calcification means calcium phosphate crystals accumulate in the tissue, hardening it and blocking its profound biological and spiritual functions. Studies show that by age 50, more than half of the population has significant calcification. It starts young, sometimes as early as age 12. The primary cause: fluoride. Added to water and toothpaste, it is toxic to the pineal gland, which attracts fluoride more than any other soft tissue. Research in 1997 confirmed that high fluoride levels in the gland correlate directly with reduced melatonin and disrupted hormonal cycles. Other factors contribute too. Synthetic calcium supplements, processed foods, and heavy metals like mercury and aluminum all accelerate this petrification. The effects are serious. Intuition weakens, dreams disappear, and you feel disconnected. The third eye becomes petrified, locked shut by layers of stone. But here's the good news. Calcification can be reversed. It takes time and commitment, but you can undo the damage and awaken the eye. The first step is simple. Stop the damage. Eliminate fluoride. Switch your toothpaste, filter your water, and avoid toxins in your kitchen and diet. Then, support decalcification. Iodine, boron, and tamarind help displace and excrete fluoride, while apple cider vinegar helps dissolve calcium deposits. As you detox, you will feel the change. Better sleep, the return of vivid dreams, and a stirring of the intuition that has been buried for so long. You can feel the state of your gland. If life feels random and meaningless, it is time to stir the eye buried under those layers of stone. It is time to heal. Decalcification is the gateway to your power. Activating the third eye starts with physical preparation. You can't meditate your way past a calcified, toxin-loaded pineal gland. You have to clean it first. Detox and nutrition are the foundation. This isn't glamorous or mystical, but it is absolutely necessary for the Ullanish journey. First, eliminate fluoride completely. Switch to fluoride-free toothpaste or natural alternatives like baking soda or activated charcoal. Stop the daily toxin intake. Next, your water. Standard carbon filters don't remove fluoride. You need reverse osmosis or distillation to truly purify the water you drink every day. Check your cookware. Teflon contains fluoride compounds that leach into your food. Switch to stainless steel or cast iron for a safer foundation. Support your detox with iodine. It is crucial because fluoride and iodine compete for the same receptors. Increasing iodine helps displace and excrete fluoride. Seaweed like kelp and nori are great sources. Algae like chlorella and spirulina bind to heavy metals, helping your body eliminate them naturally. Cilantro is a powerful ally that mobilizes mercury. Use it regularly in your food or juices to assist in clearing heavy metals from your system. Your diet matters enormously. The pineal gland responds to what you eat. Dark leafy greens provide the magnesium needed to prevent further calcification. Raw cacao stimulates the gland, while beets contain boron, which helps remove fluoride. Ancient cultures considered these foods sacred for a reason. Apple cider vinegar, taken daily, helps dissolve calcium deposits. It is a simple but effective tool in your decalcification toolkit. Avoid processed foods and refined sugar entirely. They are loaded with preservatives and chemicals that cause inflammation and stress the gland. Avoid large, high-mercury fish and be cautious with dairy. Many are sensitive to dairy-induced inflammation without even realizing it. Choose organic. Hydration is critical. Drink at least 2 liters of clean, fluoride-free water daily. Dehydration stresses every system, especially your third eye. Consider fasting. Intermittent fasting triggers autophagy, a process where your cells clean themselves out, allowing the pineal gland to recover. Extended water fasts go even deeper. Freed from digestion, the body redirects energy to healing higher functions and spiritual vision. This phase takes time. Expect months of consistent detox. But change happens. Better sleep, vivid dreams, and the first stirrings of an awakening intuition. The stone is starting to dissolve. The third eye is ready to stir. Detox prepares the ground. Meditation plants the seed. This is where activation really happens, where the third eye, cleaned and ready, begins to open. The most direct technique is the pineal gaze. Sit comfortably with your spine straight and close your eyes. Preparation is key to focus. Roll your eyes upward, as if looking at the center of your forehead from within. Hold them gently. You may feel tingling or warmth. This is the gland responding. Visualization meditation is equally powerful. In darkness, visualize a small indigo light in the center of your forehead. See it as a glowing sphere. With each inhale, it brightens. With each exhale, it expands. Let it grow until it fills your entire head and body, directing energy with your intention. Energy follows attention. When you focus on the third eye area, blood flow and neural activity increase, and the pineal gland begins to respond to your will. Tritaka is an ancient yogic practice Gaze at a candle flame without blinking for 5 to 10 minutes, strengthening your concentration and inner vision. Close your eyes and watch the afterimage of the flame in your mind's eye. Follow it as it moves and fades. This is training for your spiritual sight. Sound can also bridge the gap. Binaural beats and solfeggio frequencies, particularly 936 Hz, resonate directly with the pineal gland. Combine these frequencies with your meditation to amplify the effect. The sound waves create states highly conducive to full third eye activation. Expect physical sensations in the first weeks. Pressure in the forehead is common. You might see flashes of purple, indigo, or gold when your eyes are closed. Your dreams will become more vivid and memorable. This is a sign that your inner vision is waking up from its long, stone-like slumber. Intuition sharpens. You will begin to know things without knowing how. Your gut feelings will become stronger, more accurate, and more frequent. After months of practice, deeper changes occur. Some begin to see auras around people and plants, first as a faint glow, then as distinct colors. Synchronicities will multiply. Meaningful coincidences will appear everywhere, as your third eye allows you to perceive deeper layers of reality. This takes patience. The third eye is like a muscle. Regular exercise strengthens it, while neglect atrophies it. Consistency is your greatest tool. The sun plays a crucial role in pineal gland health. Light information reaches this master gland through your eyes, signaling exactly when to wake and when to rest. The best time is within the first hour of sunrise. The sunlight is soft, UV levels are low, and your pineal gland is most receptive to this natural activation. 10 to 20 minutes of morning sun optimizes your circadian rhythm. It tells your body to stop producing melatonin and start generating serotonin for the day ahead. Morning sun meditation, combining sunlight with third eye focus, stimulates the area directly, accelerating the activation process in ways artificial light cannot. Sun gazing is more advanced. Ancient traditions suggest gazing during the safest windows, at dawn or dusk, but it remains controversial and requires extreme caution. Mainstream medicine warns of permanent damage. A safer alternative is sun meditation with closed eyes, or simply letting the light fall on your forehead. Modern life destroys our natural rhythm. Our pineal gland evolved expecting natural cycles, but instead, it is bombarded by artificial lights and late-night screens. This blue light confuses the brain. It doesn't know when to trigger melatonin production, causing your sleep, health, and spiritual connection to suffer. To restore your rhythm, get outside during the day. In the evening, dim your lights and use blue light filters. Red or orange tones are far less disruptive. At night, sleep in total darkness. Even a small amount of light can suppress your pineal activity. Your gland needs complete darkness to function optimally. Vitamin D is essential. Many are deficient without knowing it. Sunlight supports its production, which in turn helps prevent pineal calcification. Some also practice moon gazing. The moon's light affects the gland differently, more feminine, more receptive. It is a portal to enhanced dreams. Many report psychic openings during the full moon. Women especially notice a profound connection between lunar phases and their own pineal activity. The approximately 28-day cycles of the moon and our biology are not a coincidence. We are fundamentally linked to the rhythms of the cosmos. Align yourself with the natural cycles of light. So you've started. You eliminated fluoride. You're eating clean, and you meditate daily. Now what? What actually happens as the third eye opens? The journey unfolds in stages. Early on, you'll notice physical sensations. Pressure in the center of your forehead. Subtle or intense. This is your third eye responding. This pressure is a good sign. It means energy is moving through channels that have been dormant for years. If If you feel mild headaches, drink water and rest. They will pass. Dreams change quickly. Within months, you'll notice them becoming more vivid, colorful, and memorable. You begin to wake up and truly remember. You might start having lucid dreams or precognitive visions that later come true. Pay attention and write them down. Your subconscious is finally speaking clearly. By the third month, your intuition sharpens. You sense intentions and atmospheres instantly. These aren't coincidences. You're becoming sensitive to the invisible. Synchronicities will multiply. The universe seems to be orchestrating your life as you tune into the intelligence underlying all of reality. Around a year in, deeper openings occur. You may start seeing auras, the bioelectric fields that science can measure, but most cannot see. Telepathy happens more frequently. You know what people will say before they speak. At first, this can be overwhelming. Learning to shield your energy is key. Visions may come during your practice, geometric patterns or symbolic imagery. Your third eye shows you exactly what your consciousness is ready to process. After dedicated years, the eye functions reliably. You operate from a deeper knowing, feeling connected to something far larger than yourself. Life becomes less random and more meaningful. You aren't just living in the physical world. You are conscious of the energetic layers underneath it. But this isn't the end. It's the beginning. Once the eye opens, you realize how many layers of reality exist beyond the physical. It's an adventure that never ends. This takes patience. Some go fast, others go slowly. Do not compare. Honor your own pace and maintain your daily exercise of the soul. The real adventure is just starting. Stay consistent, stay curious, and keep looking inward. Let's address the elephant in the room. Mainstream science says the pineal gland only produces melatonin. To them, the third eye is mystical nonsense. Telepathy? Impossible. Precognition? A violation of causality. The materialist view says spiritual experiences are just brain chemistry, nothing more. But this worldview is incomplete. It cannot solve the hard problem of consciousness. How neurons firing create the actual feeling of being you. Science can't explain why millions report leaving their bodies during near-death experiences, perceiving things verified later by physical observers, or the military's remote viewing programs. If it didn't work, the CIA wouldn't have funded these psychic projects for decades. The data exists. Mystics have known this for millennia. Consciousness is fundamental. It is not produced by the brain. It is filtered and restricted by it. The pineal gland is part of that filter. When it calcifies, the filter tightens and you perceive less. When it activates, the filter opens to the infinite. DMT research is where these worlds converge. Dr. Rick Strassman's work suggests this spirit molecule is produced naturally within the gland. This explains mystical experiences biologically. Meditation and awakenings may involve a natural release of DMT, letting us access realms normally filtered out. You don't need science to validate your experience. If you activate your third eye and see what was once invisible, that is your evidence. Trust yourself. Blavatsky had no MRI, yet she described these functions in 1888 through direct experience and ancient teachings. Over a century later, science is catching up. The gap is closing. As consciousness studies and quantum physics advance, the role of the observer in creating reality is becoming undeniable. Maybe one day, scanning technology will clearly show the third eye opening, energy flowing, and frequencies shifting into new dimensions. Until then, we work with what we have. Thousands of years of tradition, personal evidence, and the courage to explore for ourselves. Will you wait for a lab report? Or will you step into the laboratory of your own mind? The truth is waiting to be perceived. You've heard the history and seen the science. Now here is your practical activation protocol. Simple, direct, and completely doable. Step 1. Eliminate fluoride starting today. Switch your toothpaste and get a filter that truly removes toxins. You can't activate an eye while poisoning it daily. This is foundational. Stop the damage first so the healing can begin. Your physical vessel must be prepared for the spiritual vision to return. Step 2. Clean up your diet. Add dark greens, spirulina, and reduce processed sugars. Small, consistent changes compound into a massive transformation over time. Step 3. Start a daily 10-minute meditation. Sit quietly and focus on the center of your forehead. Build the habit. Consistency is non-negotiable. Everyone has 10 minutes. Do not wait for inspiration. Create the habit. The third eye is a muscle that strengthens only through regular exercise. Step 4. Get morning sunlight. Face the sunrise for 10 minutes daily. Let the natural light stimulate your pineal gland. It is free, natural, and incredibly powerful. Step 5. Track your progress in a journal. Write down your dreams, intuitive hits, and synchronicities. The journal helps you recognize the subtle changes as they occur. Step 6. Be patient. Reversing decades of calcification takes months or years. Do not rush. Trust the process and stay consistent. The results will come. What's the ultimate goal? It's remembering who you are. You're not just a physical body, but a spiritual being, temporarily inhabiting a physical form. When the third eye opens, you see beyond the illusion. You perceive the interconnectedness of all things and return to your true, eternal nature. Humanity is evolving. Blavatsky predicted a future where spiritual vision returns to change the trajectory of our civilization. You are a forerunner of this shift. The choice is yours. You can accept the mainstream narrative, or you can begin the journey. Clean your gland, activate your eye, and see what is really there. The realms that mystics have explored for millennia are right here, invisible to most, but visible to those with eyes to see. Beyond the veil, the truth awaits. Your third eye is waiting, dormant but not dead, ready to open and change the world you thought you knew. Everything you need is already inside you. The third eye, the gateway to higher consciousness. It is real, it is yours, and the journey to activate it begins now. Remember your power.